What they do, crew? What they do, man? It's your boy TJ305, man. I'm back on the channel, man. With something new to the channel that we're gonna try to start doing today, man. I'm just gonna bring y'all my quick thoughts on my teams, how I feel about them, man. Like I'm a Miami Dolphins, I'm a Denver Broncos fan. Backstory: um, I started watching football at about 11 to 12 years old, and the first game I watched was with the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers, and so naturally fell in love with the Denver Broncos colors, man. But as I grew older, I realized Miami Dolphins was the home team. I'm born and raised in Miami, Florida, Miami-Dade County, Miami Gardens, Carriage City, 170, stand up. So, yeah, that's another story for another day. So I'm watching football with my uncles and my cousins because I grew up without a mom and a dad. That's another story for another day for a Q&A. So I fell in love with those two teams, and that's how I fell in love with them, man. So starting today, man, I'm going to bring y'all, I've been doing this on the channel a long time ago, but it's coming back. My random thoughts, man, on my Broncos and my Dolphins and how I feel about them up to this point, all the way from the end of last season. And when it's a Broncos video, we're going to keep it a Broncos video. When it's a Dolphins video, we're going to keep it a Dolphins video. We ain't going all out of order and all that. We're just going to try to keep it on one team. So let's start with the Broncos. From the end of last season, we had a terrible season, 6-10. We go and we fire Vance Joseph and his whole staff, man. Like, the only person I really liked on that staff, really, from the get-go was Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator. I kind of liked what he was doing, but I didn't like Vance Joseph because he did do jack squat when he was the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, and I didn't like him then. I don't like him now. I mean, he was an all right coach, but I just knew he wasn't the answer, man, because last year we go searching for a quarterback, and they go pay Case Keenum all this money. I don't feel like he was worth all that money. I knew from the get-go. I told y'all on the channel from the get-go, he wasn't the answer, man. Case Keenum was not the answer. The guy threw more picks than I think he did touchdowns. So I knew he wasn't the answer. I was so glad to get rid of him. So then we go, we trade for Joe Flacco, which I was okay. It's a slight upgrade. It's not like this, but it's at least a slight upgrade from Case Keenum. And for some reason, John Elway loves these veteran quarterbacks, man. He figured he'd take the same recipe that he took in 2015 when we won the Super Bowl and we had a mediocre Peyton Manning towards the end of his career, and he'd go try to pay him and put him behind a decent O-line, run the ball, put him behind a good defense, and that's how we got a ring in 2015. So to me, this year is reminiscent of the same recipe, and I'm going to tell you how. Okay, we go trade for Joe Flacco. He's a veteran quarterback, just like Peyton Manning was. Okay. Now, in free agency, we go get Bryce Callahan, Kareem Jackson, and Jawan James, which I love Jawan James when he was with the Miami Dolphins because he was a pretty good up-and-coming right tackle. So I loved that. And then we go get Bryce Callahan and Kareem Jackson. In 2015, we had um, Chris Harris, Akeem Talib, and who was that slot corner that year? It wasn't Roby that year, I don't believe. It might have been. But yeah, so we had three decent corners. Another reason I really think we got Kareem Jackson, I love because he could play outside, he could play slot, and he could play safety. I love that about Kareem Jackson. Bryce Callahan, I think we went and got, he's that speed corner that you could put because it's yet to be seen what's going to happen with Tyreek Hill. And then the Chiefs just went again and got another speedster, got around like a 4.32 or something, and Miko Harmons in the second round. So Callahan is that speed receiver you could put in front of Tyreek Hill, or Miko Harmons, even Hollywood Brown, those speed guys, and he can run with him, man. He can run with him. He got great cover skills. So I love the way they did that. And then to the draft, I was kind of disappointed on night one. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was. But we had 10, and I'm in this little Facebook group I'm on the Denver Broncos Facebook group, and I was asking those guys, "What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking?" They were like, well, "Devin Bush, Devin White." I'm like, "Nah, I don't think those guys are gonna be there." I wanted Dwayne Haskins so bad at 10. So when it came to 10, and then Elway traded back to 20, and we got to 20, we got Noah Fant. I'm like, oh, what is Elway doing? Come on, Elway, don't screw this up. You can't screw this up. So night one, I went to bed feeling okay. Like, okay, North fans, he can stretch the field like George Kittle. You know what I'm saying? We could use a tight end like that in our offense because Joe Flacco loves a tight end. So we could use a cornerback like that in our offense. So I wasn't mad about that. Night one, night two comes. We stay put. We get Dalton Rising. I'm like, okay, here we go. I could deal with that. You're trying to beef up the O line. I could deal with that. Another one of my favorite hires from the offseason was Mike Munchausen, because Mike Munchausen is an offensive line guru. So he gonna get with those guys like Garrett Bowles, Juwan James, Dalton Risner, and he gonna make those guys that much better. And so then what surprised me was when we traded up back-to-back picks to get Drew Lock. That really surprised me. But I really think Elway wanted to go with a quarterback in the first round. I really think he had a couple high grades on them guys. But I really think Elway got spooked away, man, by missing a couple of years ago on Paxton Lynch. I think that's what really spooked Elway away and scared him away from drafting another quarterback in the first round. So he's like, hey, if I'm missing in the second round, it's better than me missing again in the first round. Because trust me, missing in the first round is a different monster from missing in the second round. Second round is important, but that first round pick, you want to be your day one starter. That's the future of your franchise. So you want that day one pick, that round one pick to be a sure thing, basically. So I think that's what spooked him away from getting a quarterback in the first round. But I like him getting Drew Lock in the second round. I think he could possibly do something. It remains to be seen. So, like I said, overall draft grade, you got to give us a B. Overall free agency grade, you got to at least give us a B. So I say our overall free agency grade, you got to at least give us an A- or a B. I like what Elway did in the offseason. I love it. It remains to be seen. Can't wait for mini camp. Can't wait for training camp. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about the Broncos offseason so far to this point. I'll be looking at the website, see what we're doing, what's new, what's next. And y'all look out for that Denver Broncos, Miami Dolphins video coming up later today. What they do, crew, what they do. It's your boy TJ305. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all. Y'all mess with me. I'm out.